Before we get started, let's talk a little bit about e-bikes. People will often ask, why would I get an e-bike if I can just get a regular bike for cheaper? Well, I can tell you that an e-bike versus a regular bike is a lot more fun, a lot more fast, and you don't have to worry about having the stamina to make a 20-mile ride. You can ride with or without assistance. People often say I want to get a workout, which is why I ride a regular bike. You don't get a workout on an e-bike, which is not true. The typical standard bike weighs about 15 pounds, while an e-bike, because of the battery, is going to weigh about 65 pounds. If you use pedal assist level 1, you will be working hard on your e-bike. If you use pedal assist 2 or 3, depending on the terrain, it will feel just like a regular bike in terms of a workout. The big difference is that instead of going 6 or 7 miles an hour on a regular bike, you're going 15 or so on an e-bike with the same effort. This makes for much longer rides. You also have the option of not pedaling at all, making the bike do all of the work for you. If you are not in the best shape, you can still keep up with your friends and your family and your traveling companions without asking them to slow down so that you can catch up. What are different classes of e-bikes? There are 3 different types of classes. There's 1, 2, and 3. A class 1 e-bike is a pedal-assisted bike. The motor will support you to 20 miles per hour. Then the motor will automatically cut off its power. A pedal-assisted e-bike means you have to pedal your bike to activate the motor. The throttle will not work separately. A Class 2 e-bike is a throttle-assisted bike, but the throttle will only support you up to 20 miles per hour at top speed. A Class 2 has a separate throttle control, so you don't have to pedal your bike in order to activate the motor. You can just twist the throttle, or sometimes a thumb throttle, and your e-bike can work fully on the motor, or you can pedal if you want. A Class 3 e-bike are the super speed e-bikes. They reach 28 miles per hour. Although many I have tested and ridden will go up to 31 or so on a flat road. Going downhill, I will not even try it, but it is a pedal-assisted bike. This gives you the option of how much assistance you want the motor to give you. What does an e-bike do for your health? Well, it does the same thing that a regular bike does. The main muscles that are used for pedaling are the quads, the gluteus maximus, also known as your butt, and your hip muscles. You also have to use your main core muscles extensively for proper balance and stabilization on a bike. It's almost a full body workout except for your arms, but you do have to use those a little bit in order to maintain your posture. Trust me, after a 20-mile ride, you will feel it the next day, no matter if you use the pedal assist option or not. And don't forget, these are only the exterior muscles. You are also using your lungs vigorously and your heart, and you're getting your blood pumping, just like you did when you were a teenager and you had to ride your bike all the way across town 8 miles in a half an hour to softball practice. Or that was just me. You will be breathing hard after a ride if you are not using full throttle, and they are so much fun, they will almost instinctively force you to ride more because you love it so much. Now, before we get into the specifications of this motorcycle style e-bike, let's go for a ride. Remember I told you that I start tearing? Yep. The EU S4 electric bike is definitely one of a kind. The S4 is a moped or motorcycle style long range e-bike that has an estimated range of 75 miles and a strong and durable frame, making it one of the toughest e-bikes on the market. It offers riders superior performance, better stability, and a much longer lifespan than a typical e-bike. The frame is also rust resistant, and it will allow you to take your e-bike on any terrain without the fear of breaking down. The S4 has a 48 volt, 25 amp hour lithium battery that weighs 9.3 pounds. The range on full throttle is 40 to 44 miles and 70 to 75 miles if you're using pedal assist. The S4 has a 1,000 watt rear hub motor and a maximum weight capacity of 400 pounds. The recommended rider height is 5'7" to 6'5". It comes with a 48 volt 2 amp charger and will charge fully in 9 to 10 hours. It has an easy to read LCD display and a top speed of 28 miles per hour. Although I was able to get it a little bit faster than that, I won't tell you how fast. The maximum torque is 96 Newton meters. And the bike weighs 76 pounds, but that's only if you include the battery. There are 5 pedal assist modes, and the S4 has 20-inch by 4-inch fat tires. But just check out the red rims on this thing. It really adds some unique and futuristic details to the e-bike. It does have my favorite type of throttle, which is a twist throttle. Grip levers with a motor cutoff switch for the brakes. It has a Shimano 7 gear shift and Logan 180 millimeter hydraulic brakes. The chain is a KMC chain and it has standard pedals with reflectors for extra safety. The frame is made of high carbon steel and the front fork is a dual crown suspension fork with lockout and adjustment. The front headlight is a 48 volt LED light and the stylish brown saddle is a very soft PU shock absorber type style seat. The handlebars are of course adjustable and it has plastic fenders. The total length of the e-bike is 68 inches and the maximum handlebar height is 51 inches. The rear rack height is 22 inches and the maximum seat height is 35 inches. The height of the upper tube is 31 inches and the height of the lower tube is going to be 22 inches. The handlebar length is 27 inches and has a wheel diameter of 20 inches. With most moped-style e-bikes, the seats are very large, banana-like seats that are very rigid and hard. But this one is different. It is thinner in the front, and since it is really soft, it really makes for easy pedaling when you want to use the pedal assist function, which is incredibly rare with this style of e-bikes. I have reviewed 3 moped style e-bikes and so far, and if you want to pedal your e-bike when you're riding that style, this is the one that I would choose. The front part of the seat that is thinner, that makes it so the inside of your thighs is not rubbing against a rigid hard seat or a gas tank battery, and there is no battery in the way that looks like the gas can in order to hit your knees on, which happens a lot. With this style e-bike, it can be ridden on trails off-road, and it's a lot of fun. A moped style e-bike is typically for commuting and style, and while this one offers both, it also offers the off-road capabilities, which makes it perfect for weekend adventures with your friends and your family. The powerful high torque motor means that it is very zippy. Many e-bikes that do not have a lot of torque have what seems to be like an adjusted increase in speed. It's very slow to speed up. It simply takes several seconds to go from 0 to top speed, and it makes it difficult to climb up hills and keep the same rate of speed. With a high torque e-bike like this one, it will go from 0 to full speed really fast, and it will go around corners and up steep, super steep hills with ease. I am not the type of person that rides much at night, but the headlight in the front is as bright as a car headlight, and it gives you a really good view of at least 40 feet in front of you in the distance when it is positioned properly. That makes it just as powerful as a regular motorcycle headlight or nearly as bright as a car for maximum safety at night. With the amount of speed, torque, and capabilities that this e-bike has, it is very fairly priced, and it is much less expensive than most e-bikes I have seen of this caliber. Oh, and by the way, this is another e-bike that is a looker. It means that it turns a lot of heads when you're riding down the road. I get a lot of thumbs up, or I get people that yell out their window, "Cool bike!" as I'm heading down the street. So this e-bike is also a very big conversation starter, so just be ready for it.